What's going on, YouTube? You're probably wondering what I have in this box here, and over 100 hats are in this box that I'm about to start selling on Amazon. Now, would you believe me if I told you by using a simple calculator that you could estimate your profit margins and know exactly how much you're going to make off of a product before you even list it on Amazon? After you watch this video, you're going to know exactly how much you can profit off of a product before you even place that first order. Hey there, YouTube. Josh with Debt to Dollars here, where we cover everything from credit to investing, which will lead you to a life of financial freedom. If you're interested in any of these topics around credit, investing, and in particular e-commerce and selling on Amazon, make sure to go down below and hit the subscribe button so you can see our videos on a weekly basis. Okay, let's start the conversation about what we're going to be discussing today, and that is profit margins. Profit margins measure your profitability. Simply put, profit margins are the percentage of revenue that you end up keeping at the end of the day. So if you have a 10% profit margin and you're making $1,000 on a monthly basis, your monthly profit is going to be $100. It's the percentage of money that you keep. Before I even consider buying a product to put on Amazon, I make sure that the profit margin for that product is going to meet my criteria. Now, this is going to vary depending on the product and your business model, but for me, I typically look for a product that's going to give me a 30% to a 40% profit margin. Today we'll be reviewing Amazon's revenue calculator, as well as I'll take you guys through a step-by-step example so you can understand easily what your profit margin will be for a product that you're about to sell on Amazon. So without further ado, let's dive right into it, guys. Alright, so the tool that we'll be using today is the Fulfillment by Amazon revenue calculator. This tool is going to estimate what our estimated revenue and net profit will be for our product that we're about to be selling. I always start my research here to make sure that the product that I want to sell meets my criteria of 30 to 40% profit margin. It will also tell us if fulfillment by merchant, FBM, or fulfillment by Amazon will be more profitable. The first thing that we need to do is find a product to sell. Let's use these wine glasses as an example today, because I know my supplier in China can manufacture these at a competitive price. And there are 3 reasons why I like this product a lot. 1, they're plastic wine glasses, so this takes out the fragile shipping risk, which will ultimately lead to lost revenue. Second, the current merchant, Essential Health Limited, has an average review ranking of about 4 stars and only 41 reviews. So this tells me that there is room for entry into the market. People are buying these wine glasses, but they aren't fully satisfied, as we can see from the reviews. This gives me a good feeling that I can outperform this current seller at a lower price. I'm not going to go into detail on this today, but a side tip is to read the reviews on the current listing page. Figure out what the problem is with the product and or the seller, and also make sure to avoid these mistakes with your product. This will lead you to success and allow you to sell more of your product than the other sellers. Lastly, the price is currently at $19.83, and I am sure that we can sell these for $18.99, allowing us to rank first in the buy box, which is critical. Okay, the next thing I want to figure out is how many of these wine glass sets is the seller already selling on a monthly basis. To do this, we are going to scroll down to the product information box shown here and copy down 2 things. We're going to copy down the Amazon standard identification number, which is called your ASIN, and the best sellers rank at the upper level. Let's put this in a document or a notepad to use later. Now we're going to use a free sales estimator tool to figure out how many units this current seller is selling on a monthly basis. Go to the Jungle Scout Amazon sales estimator link that's in the description below and paste the seller's rank into the box shown here. Enter the marketplace that the seller is selling from. You can typically find this on the product listing page, and of course here it's the US. Lastly, select the product category, which is kitchen and dining for us. Click calculate sales, and it is shown here that it's estimated that this seller is currently selling 120 units per month, which is a good quantity. Next, we'll hop back over to Amazon's revenue calculator, which tells us what our profit margin will be after entering our inputs. Let's first enter the ASIN we copied down before and click search. You should see the product you're trying to sell pop up shown here. And as you guys can see, here are the wine glasses. We're going to first add in our item price in the fulfillment section here, and then we'll jump over to the other FBA column. Like I mentioned before, we are going to be more competitive than the other seller, and we're going to list our product at $18.99. Next is the shipping cost that you're going to charge each customer. This is not the cost that it's going to take you to ship that to them, however, it's what you're going to charge the customer for you to ship to them. A good way to estimate this is to go down to the Amazon seller shipping rates link that's in the description. Once you're there, go down to your category for your product and follow the recommendation. For us, the shipping should be around $4.49, and since we're under £1 for this unit, I'm not going to tack on the additional 50 cents. So let's enter that in here now. Jumping down a few rows, the next thing to fill out are our own fulfillment costs. If you're a beginner seller like me and sell from your house, you don't have too many fees that you're going to put in here. Now, if you're an experienced seller and you're using a storage center, and or employees, then there's going to be more to put in here. I wouldn't recommend clicking I do not know my detailed fulfillment cost, and would at least take a shot at this and guess at what some of these areas will be. For the first two, we can enter 0 since we're selling from our house and doing the work. Next is the packaging material, and it's important to note that this is per unit and not the total cost. So ask yourself the question, how much does it cost you to package one single unit, which includes the box, the tape, the printing labels, etc. I usually estimate this to be about $0.25 per unit based on the boxes I have and the labels and so on. So enter 25 cents in here. Next, ask yourself the question, how much will your shipping be to your customers? Amazon does offer reduced shipping rates, so for something that weighs less than £1 like these, I don't expect it to be over $4 shipping domestically. So I'm going to put $4 in here. Lastly, we'll put $0 for our customer service since we'll be doing that ourselves. And if you do have a call center, add those costs here. But for me and for my business currently, I do not. And that brings us to our final thing that we need to enter, and that is our cost of our product. So ask yourself the question, how much does it cost you to purchase one unit and receive it at your house? If you order in bulk like I do, divide the total cost by the number of units to find this. I'm assuming that our first order will purchase double our expected monthly sales because that's typically what I do. So we'll order 240 units because we saw the previous seller was selling about 120 units per month. Double that is 240 units. That way it ensures that we have enough quantity. So when we do sell those 120 units, we already have the next month's quantity. And if we need to react accordingly and order more units, it gives us that time to do so. I've already gone ahead and had my supplier quote this amount for 240 units, and they came back to me with a quote of $933.60. So I divide the total cost, which is again $933.60, by the total amount of units, which is 240 that I'm ordering, which gives me my unit cost of $3.89. Enter that here. Now before we click calculate, let's fill in the FBA column here. This assumes that you ship your units directly to Amazon and pay them a fee to sell them for you. First, copy your item price. Next, we need to figure out how much it will cost to ship all 240 units, whether that be in multiple boxes or one single box, to Amazon's fulfillment center. Just like the shipping rates to your customers, you also receive reduced shipping rates when you send your fulfillment order to Amazon. But since we don't have our product already created, we cannot use those reduced rates, so I'm going to estimate it here using the UPS shipment calculator. You can find this link down in the description below. And for my shipment, it was around $19.20 for ground shipping to my nearest fulfillment center in Dallas, Texas. This shipping cost of $19.20 was for all 240 units. So now we got to figure out how much does each unit cost to ship to Amazon. So to do that, we take the $19.20, we divide that by 240 units, and we get our unit shipping cost to Amazon's fulfillment center of 8 cents. Enter that, then let's copy the cost of the product and hit calculate. Now here's the good stuff. So you'll see that your profit per unit and profit margin are shown here in green. If we sell through FBM, selling by ourselves, we can expect $11.82 of profit per unit and a whopping 50% profit margin. If we sell through FBA through Amazon, we can expect $8.60 and a 45% profit margin. Here's the question, do I go with FBM to get a higher profit margin or FBA to avoid the hassle of shipping and customer service? For me, it's pretty simple, and I'm sure it's the same for you. If you're going to sell a large quantity, especially anything over 50 or 100 units, as I am here selling 240 units, I'm going to sacrifice that 5% profit margin and I'm going to do FBA. That way I don't have to deal with the shipping for 240 units, I don't have to deal with returns, and then I also don't have to deal with the customer service part, which I dread. Okay, and the last thing I want to cover today, guys, are the graphs shown on the right here. These show you your revenue, your costs, seller proceeds, and net profit. To get accurate values, let's add in how many products we will sell per month. For us, it was 120 for these wine glasses, and I'm just going to use that same number that the seller that's currently at the top of that buy box is selling at. Enter that here, and the last box is your estimated monthly sales increase using FBA. It's a fact for most sellers that using FBA yields them more sales, and I estimate my actual increase using FBA about 15%. This is extremely variable, depending on your business and products. So enter what you've seen for your business once you play around with it a little bit, or just estimate it to be around 10 to 15% to be conservative. Now, once we've added that, you'll see that the bar graphs have adjusted, and we can see that our monthly revenue with FBM, which is the lighter shade of blue here, is $2,800, and FBA is $2,600. Our costs are shown here, which are our fulfillment costs plus our selling on Amazon fees and cost of goods. Our seller proceeds are the revenue minus our selling on Amazon fee and fulfillment. And lastly, what we really care about is our net profit, or our revenue minus our cost, which is shown here on the far right. So with this product selling at $18.99 and with all of our associated costs, we can expect $1,400 in profit with FBM or close to $1,200 with FBA. This is exactly the reason why I got started on Amazon and the reason why I love Amazon, because we can take a product that someone is already making somewhere in the world, we can take it into our custody and we can resell it for a higher value on Amazon because we purchased it in bulk.
The bottom line.
Bottom line, guys, by following these steps that we covered today, you're going to know exactly what your product profit margins are going to be even before you even place that order. Set your profit margin to a percentage that works for your business and stand firm to it. That way, by standing firm to it, you'll know what your estimated sales are going to be and the profit coming into your business, which will ultimately lead to your success. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video today, please do me a favor and go down and hit the like button below. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're looking forward to next week's video, go down to the subscribe button, hit it, and hit the bell. I will catch you guys next time.